having a virtual assistant, someone who could do that work on my behalf. And it has been one of the best experiments of my life. Like, I am thrilled. I have a wonderful VA. Dana is her name. She has been doing a spectacular job of taking work from my daily routine. My wife is happier. I have a lot more time to spend with my wife. Overall, it has just been really a great learning experience. How something I thought I could not let go of, I've now found that I'm actually finding that someone is even better at doing what I thought I was doing well for me, and it's freed up so much of my time to do other things, to focus in other areas.
Hi, my name is Christine Mansell, and I'm
helps to improve the buying power.
Because with every renewal, we automatically reach shop.
Hey everyone, it's David Rush, the Vice President of Sales for Access Virtual Staffing. We run a virtual staffing business. We source people from the Philippines and from Latin America, high quality, high caliber people that support US business owners and leaders at organizations. And we love matching great people with great leaders to help alleviate administrative burden, bottlenecks, and all kinds of things so that businesses can grow and businesses can thrive and leaders can get back some of the time so they're not doing everything in the business and they can work more on the business and also spend more quality time with family and friends and doing the things that they love.
I am David Muir. I am a photographer. I have, I believe, 8 books of photography that I produce. I teach photography. I've taught at every level from middle school, high school, and college. I teach personal classes as well in photography. I run a business. Actually, I run 3 different businesses that do photography. But I guess I'll mention in the context of today's conversation, my still photography business, based on my name, David Muir Photography, is something that is my passion. It's my love. And I do work for a lot of municipalities. I work for my own country, Jamaica. I do a lot of their tourism photography. I also do photography for Visit Lauderdale and for many municipalities. In particular, I do additionally event photography on a large scale, and I have a great team of photographers that handles that work. As a result of doing event photography, I have, without question, been able to scale in terms of add numbers of photographers separate and apart from my own personal signature, what I would call artistic photography. And that's who I am and what I do. And I absolutely love photography. It's my hobby, it's my passion, and it's what I do every day.
Well, this is exciting, David. This is Media Day for us with Access Insurance, Access Virtual Staffing. And first of all, thank you for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. I thought we would start with just maybe share a little bit about your photography business. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your business is.
So I'm David Muir. I've been a photographer for many decades. I focus primarily in still photography, but as a company, we provide all services from event photography, product photography, lifestyle photography, through events and more. So we could talk a lot about things that we do, but really how I think I've benefited most from Access and the virtual staffing is that as a still photographer, I have a lot of culling and selecting of images from the thousands of pictures that I take. And after a conversation with yourself, try to give it a shot at maybe having a virtual assistant, someone who could do that work on my behalf. And it has been one of the best experiments of my life. Like, I am thrilled. I have a wonderful VA. Dana is her name. She has been doing a spectacular job of taking work from my daily routine. My wife is happier. I have a lot more time to spend with my wife. Overall, it has just been really a great learning experience. How something I thought I could not let go of, I've now found that I'm actually finding that someone is even better at doing what I thought I was doing well for me, and it's freed up so much of my time to do other things, to focus in other areas. So you tell me what else you want me to talk about, but that's really the crux of why I'm here. can't believe how fortunate I am to have happened into this circumstance where I took a chance and I can't get enough. Like this, the virtual assistant for culling and selecting and editing my still photos is to my plug. I mean, it's just great stuff.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I think if we just go back in time a little bit, because we had a number of conversations, and I think I've talked to you about virtual assistants and virtual staffing for a while. And what we find with a lot of our clients is sometimes it takes a little while to really see how it could benefit or get comfortable with actually taking the step and moving forward. And I think at one point you said to me, man, like this takes so much of my time. And I don't know if you used the word hate, but going through photos, it was just something that took a lot of your time. So maybe how did you get comfortable? How did you decide, let me give this a shot?
Honestly, the reason I got comfortable is just getting to know you. I don't think that if I didn't have someone I trusted and believed in like yourself, I don't know that I would have ever took the chance, because I've used occasionally people to do editing, whether it's, like a Fiverr account or one of these other, creative systems that allow for you to have people do work on your behalf. There's some good tools out there, but to think of hiring somebody as like a full-time person to be in the decks of your business, it's just a different level of trust. And for me, I don't know that I ever would have taken the plunge to go further if I didn't know you personally. So I think what helps is trusting the people that you're working with, knowing that, yeah, even the intake forms, the parts where you have to make the decision to say, hey, here's my bank account that you're going to withdraw funds from to pay the staff. Like, you have to trust that this is a legitimate business and that people are going to be honest and not overcharge you or make a major large withdrawal. So these are all parts of that decision making. But number one for me was being comfortable doing it. I'm trusting you and I'm trusting the business that you're associated with, because it's not like I think you're the only person in the business, but you were my first contact and the person who I trusted to say, yeah, this is something I'm comfortable trying because you're a part of it.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real.
I think that's one of the things we tend to look to create and pride ourselves on is developing me personally, but also the business in general, developing really strong relationships with our clients so that they can trust the process, because it's uncomfortable sometimes for people. So what would you say to someone who might be on the edge of considering a virtual assistant? What would you say with them?
I think everybody's hesitations are going to be different, but I'd say definitively that three things that I would say I'm a testament to it working really well. So if you're on the edge, I did it and it worked for me. So that's number one. Number two, they may not have the chance to get to know you as well as I have. I can give sort of a firm sense of, we met through BNI. We met through networking, and, it takes a while, but we've done a few things together. We've walked, we've done, so I think that if they don't get a chance to get to know you the way I have, maybe they could take my endorsement of who you are as a person, that you are honest, you are really, good in your intentions. So I think that that's something that could help someone to make the final decision. And the third thing I think really, which is I think should be the clincher, is that your process is excellent. Like, it's not just that they have a company where they're throwing anybody at you. They're vetting the folks. Like, now that I've had my BA and talked to her about her process, like, she told me about how nervous she was when she was being interviewed, not just by me, but by your company, to determine if she was the right person to even be presented to me. And so knowing that that process exists is something I didn't know when I decided to move forward, but I've learned since that there is a process. You guys really do make an effort to give people the right person, to give tools that help to select the right candidates, even to be interviewed by those who are going to get the VA. And I think that's really something I think that people should know about. That could be that final thing to, make you comfortable, is that they have a great process. They're bringing great candidates. Even though I only selected one, I could have selected any of my candidates I interviewed and probably would have had a great time. But I feel like in the end, I got the perfect person for my business. And I don't know if everyone's going to get the perfect person, but if you get a really good person, it could be good enough anyway. And the price is so reasonable. So I think it's just a win-win all around.
Hello, thank you for that. And some of the tangible benefits you mentioned, maybe you have more time, the wife's happier. What are some of the things that you would just say, like, this is the difference it made by now having 10 on the team?
Reluctantly say that it's brought a new way of thinking about the work because she brought her experiences and what's culturally appropriate in her scenario to me, and it's allowed me to rethink some of my own rules and the way that we conduct business. So if you're open to growing as a person and growing as a business, your VA is going to bring other cultural relevant thoughts and ideas to the table that could give you a competitive advantage. And I think that that's one of the things that you don't plan for. But absolutely, having more time, more energy to place in other avenues of your business. So now I could be more focused on earning business. I'm more doing business development than I'm doing work in the business. That's a great benefit as well.
That's one of the key points that we often find I experience myself, but also with a lot of the leaders that I work with, is we didn't realize the power of leverage sometimes, or having someone else do the things that we've historically done because we think we do them better than anybody else. So how could somebody else possibly do this? And I don't want to control. It's sometimes challenging to let go of, but once we do, we often see leaders' minds expand and say, oh, if Dana can do this, well, what else can be done? And how else can I use and leverage great people and great talent? And so it sounds like that's something that has kind of come out of this as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, David, I mean, to me, I think one of the things that is not as easy to put your finger on casually, but there is, without question, an opportunity to build trust with your clients. So for me, I've been able to deliver my product to my customers that much sooner with at least the same quality, if not improved quality. And that allows them to have a greater belief in who we are as a company and what we're delivering. So just that, where, something may have taken me a week to deliver, and now I can deliver it in 2 or 3 days. That's half the time. It makes such a tremendous difference in terms of they're saying, oh, wow, like, look at how your company is getting more efficient. They don't know that it's because I hired a PA. It's not something of advertising, but it's just the overall production and productivity of our company, and efficiency has improved because of hiring VAs to make the process more seamless. Yeah.
I think you mentioned that if you don't have to spend hours going through all the photos, that would allow you to maybe do 3x the number of shoots, or what do you see for that kind of?
Well, I can't manage more work yet. That's going to require hiring some more photography staff. But all in all, yeah, there's no question that it allows me to consider adding more work. But I'm pretty packed, so I'm being cautious. The wife is happy.
Yeah.
I have a lot more time to spend. We can watch a movie together, do things that sometimes my time was completely used up for. But at this point, yeah, I think you do get back a lot of time, and so how you use the time is your choice.
And sometimes that's priceless, just the ability to spend more quality time with the people we love doing the things that we want to do versus being in the business.